Hi guys, good morning and welcome to the channel. My name is Niladri Mukherjee and I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I practice here in Mississauga, Ontario. I'm very happy to announce today that one of my clients have received their work permit. The client is a startup visa client and I've received the email literally 30 minutes back on my IRCC portal, on my RCIC portal, and hence I thought to make a video of it to let you know the real timeline of a startup visa process till the work permit, right? So the client belongs to India. The client came for a consultation. The client decided to move ahead with the process about 15 days after the consultation, right? So then I took about a month's time to prepare for his business deck, to prepare for a business plan, to prepare for a business pitch. And in the meanwhile, the client got his IELTS or I think CELPIP. I mean, regardless, the language test result done. And then I took about 20-25 days for everything and submitted a perfect solid business presentation to one of my impaneled business incubator. The best part was that the business incubator liked the profile of the client, the overall presentation, the business plan, everything so much. They really had given a go ahead within 24 hours. Like literally within a day, we sort of gotten a tentative go ahead, because the go ahead could always be tentative unless and until they speak to the clients to know that it's a genuine client, right? It's not something that I have made up for my client. So they would do their part of the due diligence as well. So in this point in time, the client has taken 15 days, to make up his mind. And another 25 days was taken by me to prepare everything. So within 40 days, we have submitted the initial business presentation to the incubator, to one of my very well-known incubator that I have been working on for a while. And the person took literally 1 day to give a tentative go-ahead, right? So 41 days still here. After that, they had to take a couple of client interviews, and that's the part of the process. Nothing crazy about it, but it's just a normal process that a business incubator would follow. And then after the interviews, they were very happy and everything. I was there in that interview as well. Then about 7 days of time, no, not 7 days, about 10 days of time, they were almost decided that yes, they're ready to give a letter of support and a commitment. So a letter of support to the client, which came to me because I was representing the client, and a commitment certificate to the IRCC. The incubator then took about a week's time to prepare everything, and within like 20-25 days to about a month to sending the business presentation to the incubator, the client has received the letter of support. So 41 days there and about a month. So about 2.5 months, the client has received the letter of support and the commitment certificate was sent to the IRCC. At that point in time, so till about that 2.5 months, I was preparing to submit the work permit application, because this is very important to all of you know that you should not wait to receive a letter of support and then work on the work permit application, because startup visa work permit is a little bit complicated, is a little bit technical process that takes a little bit more time, whomsoever you end up working with. I personally take about a month's time to prepare a solid work permit application, because I do not want a single rejection on this one, right? So I was preparing on the work permit. So within a week of getting the letter of support, I submitted the work permit application and the client has received the work permit approval within 2.5 months, right? So you all know that the visitor visa, something like a visitor visa is taking such a long time these days, but a startup visa work permit got approved in really 2.5 months. So on and on, from like starting the consultation, coming to me for a consultation, to getting the work permit approved for this very particular gentleman, a 30-year-old businessman from India, took about 5 months. I could guarantee you that if you are applying for a visitor visa from India, it is going to take well over 3 to 4 months, right? For a very well-made applications. Like some decisions could come in within a week or within 10 days. Both may be fragmented cases, but majority of the times you are going to wait for a good number of months before you even get a decision on a visitor visa. And something like a work permit on a startup visa, that is a complicated application, and that took a lot of time for an immigration officers to review and come out with a decision, has been approved within a 2.5 months. This all boils down to the story that if you are able to have somebody that knows what the person is doing, and if the client is genuine, the process is bound to be a successful one, no matter how much money you spend. Because startup visa, like all other business immigration program, is expensive. It is not cheap by any means. It's quite an expensive process, and it's really not for everybody. It is for those that are an entrepreneur or maybe a business owner and have sort of business, they know what these guys are doing, right? And have the money, have the required amount of settlement funds and everything in place before they even venture into something like that, because each step costs a significant amount of money, right? So I have made a detailed video on startup visa that I will link in the description box below. If you want to know like how the process works and nitty gritty, that's a 35 minutes long live stream that you may potentially watch on. But I think this gives you a realistic time frame as to how long a startup visa process should take if the process is being done like the way it should be done. And this is not really a one-off case, right? The decision making time for a startup visa work permit is really about 2 to 3 months. At max, it could take 4 months, but that's really nothing these days when almost everything is crazy, right? So if you are a genuine business owner, if you think you qualify for startup visa, and if you are 40, 45, 50, 55, it does not matter, or 25, if you are a genuine startup visa client, a genuine startup visa, I would say entrepreneur, or a business owner, and you think you want to get a PR for you and your family, even along with the co-founders, if that's the situation, is this is a workable option, this is a genuine option that can actually get yourself a work permit within a span of 6 months if all is done well. Mind you, after the work permit is approved, you're supposed to come to Canada and start your company incorporation and all those things. That's a separate process altogether. And you are expecting about 2 years from now to get yourself a permanent residency. So mind you that the PR in startup visa is a time-taking process, but then you are already in Canada with your family. If you have children, they go to the free school, your hospitalization, your medical and everything, potentially everything will be covered, will be free, and you are enjoying almost everything that a Canadian permanent resident or a citizen would enjoy otherwise in Canada, and just waiting for the PR, right? So this is definitely a logical step. If you think you would come for a consultation, if you want me to consult you, feel free to drop me a line, contact@nuvonation.ca. Shall be glad to schedule a consultation with you. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye now. Cheers.